How's it going, people? Banproof is back. Yes, I am. And look what we got. We got green this time. We got the Nike SB X Powerpuff Girls Buttercup version, and it is green and it is bright and it is awesome as anything. This is a rep, as you can probably tell from the title, right? It's not the real thing. I couldn't get the real thing, but we got the reps in. You might have seen the video of the Blossom ones to start with. Now we're looking at Buttercup, and this particular pair came from pancake.ru. We had some Jordan 4s, the white cement ones, I think, from them before, and another good quality pair of reps from them once again. So they came in all the right packaging in the normal sort of sale coloured Nike SB box, and inside it had the Powerpuff Girls paper in it, just like the other pair did. Then finally it did have a pair of green laces attached to swap out with the black ones. The pink ones had black come with them. These ones had green come with them. And the packaging is pretty spot on from what I can say. As I always say, I'm not an expert. I don't know if the label is accurate or anything like that, but it looks good enough to me. And I'm not bothered about the packaging because I just want what's on the inside, right? So to take a look at the shoe again, I was dubious about these because they were coming out to me so quickly after release. They were being sold before release and these were shipped shortly afterwards. And I was worried. The pink ones kind of proved there was no reason to be worried, right? And the green ones are just as good as the pink ones were. Everything is spot on. The finish seems good. Now, I hadn't seen the finish in person before, and it seemed really hard to kind of get what the finish on the shoe was like, and I can't really catch it on camera, but it's kind of like a metallic pearlescent sort of colour. It's almost got like, do you know like brushed steel has like those very faint lines in it? It's almost got that look to it when you look at it really up close. But it's got like this sort of weird reflective quality that I can't quite describe and doesn't quite come across on camera really. But it's kind of like metallic looking. It's kind of hard to explain. We've got the Nike SB Buttercup on the labels on the front of the tongue, and on the inside of the tongue, again, we've got the two different labels. One says Nike SB X Powerpuff Girls, and the other one has the, what I think is probably the spice from the sugar spice and all things nice that created the Powerpuff Girls, right? The material is that very firm material, just like the pink pair was. It's really stiff. I think it's going to crease really bad when you start wearing these for real. But it's a solid, firm material. It doesn't feel cheap, but it just feels solid. It's just solid. I don't know how to describe it really. And even the padding on the inside is quite solid again. So everything I said about the pink pair kind of goes. On the insoles again, we've got the exact print that we should have on these shoes. Each pair of these free shoes in this collab had different prints on the insoles, similar but different. They all have Mojo Jojo on them, but they were all slightly different designs and coloured to match the rest of the shoe. And they're accurate on here again. The Powerpuff Girls embroidery embossed sort of logo on the actual tongue itself is there, and the 3M reflectiveness on all these black lines, like all the black outlines on here are like 3M reflective material. And while that's really hard to catch on camera, it definitely is there on this pair as well. The sole feels solid. It's that translucent finish that we should have on these, and we've got the squishy SB in the middle, which is nice and soft as well, as it should be. The embroidery on the eyes at the back looks really, really nice, and we've got that little mouth on there. This time Buttercup's got a bit of a grumpy face, right? She was renowned for being the grumpy one of the Powerpuff Girls. She was probably my least favourite one, and to be honest, I think this is probably my least favourite shoe of the three. But that's not to say it's bad, and if you've got the other two, you've got to have all three, right? But I know a lot of people, when they see this, like I've been speaking to friends about them and stuff, and most people I speak to are like, I want the green ones. Like they're all about the green ones, but I much prefer the Bubbles and Blossom ones myself. But everyone's different, right? Quality overall is really good. You've got a slight texture to the black Nike swoosh. The 3M outline on it is a bit thicker than on the other ones. I don't know if that's just been like cut too big, or if it's supposed to be a bit bigger on these ones because it's to sort of counteract the black on black. But it does look a little bit wider and chunkier than on the other pairs, and they've got that kind of satiny finish on the inside, just like the pink ones had. Again, these and the pink ones are very similar, whereas the blue ones seem to be the wildly different one of the three pairs. They're still an SB Dunk, right? But the materials are very different, whereas this is much more closer to the pink one than the blue one is. And the same thing goes with the fit as well. They fit nice, they fit quite tight. I'm a UK 9, these are a UK 9. It's what I buy almost all shoes in. And we did the test last time where I wore my real UK9 Dunks alongside these, one on each foot, to see if it felt the same, and it did. And these are exactly the same. They fit exactly the same. Very tight around the kind of this area here, if that makes sense. Like just behind where your foot starts to narrow, you know. Very tight around there, but again, I'm sure they'll loosen over time once you've actually worn them. But they're just very stiff. On the foot footage coming up here, but wearing them, they're not the most comfortable things to wear. They're just not. The pink ones were the same. They're just so stiff. They just feel so stiff. The materials on the inside are just as stiff as on the outside, and even like the padding around the ankle is really, really stiff as well. The tongue padding is really nice and soft, but they're just really stiff. That's the only way I can describe it. They just don't feel that comfortable. I think they're gonna, like anything that's a stiff leather, like a DM or something like that even, because it's such a stiff leather material, I think they're going to seriously take some breaking in before they actually start to feel comfortable. But they look good. They look good on the feet. These are possibly the easiest ones of the three to wear, I would imagine. I don't know. Depends how ballsy you are, right? But really, ultimately, top quality pair of reps from Pancakes. Again, if you want to check them out, all the links will be in the description. Really impressed as always. This is the second pair I've had from them, and the second pair that I really can't fault at all. Solid, good quality. Look how they should. The finish looks how it should, I would imagine. I haven't seen it in person, like I say, but in pictures, it looks weird, just like it does on camera right now, looking at it on the screen on the camera. It's got this weird metallic-y reflective look to it, which you can get from pictures that you might have seen online of the real ones as well. And this has got the same thing. So, very accurate. From what I can tell, very good quality. No flaws that I can really pick out on. You tell me if you notice anything that I've missed. You guys are probably more experts than what I am, right? But yeah, I can't see anybody spotting that this is a rep. And I don't care if anybody does. If anybody asks me, I would tell them it's a rep. I'm not trying to hide it. Do you know what I mean? I've got no pride as far as what shoes I've got on my feet, right? It doesn't bother me at all. It's the least of my worries, right? But they look cool. I like them. And that's the second pair in the collection. Third pair will be coming up in the next video. So if you've enjoyed this, please do hit that like button. It really does help. And thank you for hanging around. Check out Pancakes if you're interested. I don't think we've got a discount code for them. If you go into the description, if there is one there, I'll put it there, right? And aside from that, I guess it's worth just mentioning I'm not getting paid for this video. I'm not getting any commissions from sales for this video or anything like that. They literally sent me the pair of shoes for free and asked me to check them out and let you guys know what I think of them. So that's what I think. They're awesome. I love them. Very, very happy. Thank you for watching, people. I'll see you really, really soon. Never forget, you are all awesome. But until next time, stay Banproof. I'm out of here, people. Peace.